When the earth fails. A day in the life of Jack, the site Sparky. Just another day. It's just after dawn in the Pilbara. Red dust hangs in the air as the first shift lines up for pre-start. Jack, a FIFO electrician with years under his belt, sips his coffee as the supervisor runs through the usual checklist: heat stress, hydration, and radio comms. But then comes something new. We've had a few earthing issues on the remote panels. Just keep an eye out. Jack nods. He's seen his fair share of weird faults. But earthing? That's basic stuff? Or so he thinks. Shock from a shed. Initial investigation. Jack's first job is a demountable office where someone reported a weird zap from the door handle. He strolls over, clipboard in hand, touches the metal wall to steady himself. Zap. A jolt hits his arm like static, but stronger. Testing the problem. He pulls out his tester. The shed wall is carrying voltage. Something's very wrong. Finding the fault. At the main switchboard, Jack opens the panel and finds it immediately. The neutral wire has snapped clean off the terminal. Without the neutral, there's no proper return path. The system's using the earth to balance, which means every exposed metal part has become dangerously live. Lesson: in the MEN system, a broken neutral is one of the most dangerous faults. It can turn whole buildings into live conductors without anyone realizing. Bonding gone bad. Emergency call. Later that morning, Jack gets called out again. A boilermaker got a mild shock touching scaffold near the mill. Initial testing. Jack checks the scaffold for damage. It's clean. But when he tests it, the potential difference shows. The scaffold is sitting at a different voltage than the building steel it's bolted to. Root cause. He investigates further and discovers a fault in the hot water unit. The copper pipes weren't bonded correctly. That allowed voltage to sneak across the site via metalwork. Lesson: when metal parts aren't bonded, they can sit at different voltages. If you touch two at once, your body completes the circuit. Even low voltages across your chest can stop your heart. The earth stake that wasn't. Routine inspection. After smoko, Jack decides to check the switchroom's earth system. Looks good on paper. Green and yellow wire neatly connected to an earth stake behind the board. Shocking discovery. But Jack gives the clamp a little tug, and it crumbles in his hand. The whole thing's rusted. No effective earth connection at all. False security. Someone had ticked the box. Visually, it looked fine. But in practice, it hadn't worked in years. Lesson: corrosion is a silent killer. Earth connections out in the weather need to be tested, not just glanced at. If they fail, RCDs might not trip and fault current can go anywhere, including through people. Solar setup. Fatal setup. Remote location. In the afternoon, Jack checks a solar-powered dongar near the bore field. It's running off a generator with no mains connection, what's known as a TT system. Critical error. Inside the switchboard, he spots a red flag. Someone's wired in an MEN link, but this isn't an MEN site. Dangerous consequences. That means the generator's neutral isn't earthed properly, and any fault current has nowhere to go. RCDs won't trip, and the metal frames could energize if there's a short. Lesson: different systems, MEN, TT, IT, need different protection setups. Using the wrong one doesn't just breach compliance, it puts lives in danger. A shortcut too far. The shortcut. Back at camp, Jack catches up with Callum, a young apprentice. Callum mentions he was working on a light fitting earlier and temporarily removed the earth wire because it was in the way. The realization. Jack raises an eyebrow. Did you put it back? Callum pauses. I forgot. The danger. They go and check. The light's metal casing is live from a minor fault, and there's no earth to clear it. The lesson. Jack reconnects the earth and pulls Callum aside. No yelling, just a serious chat. That small oversight could have cost someone their life. Lesson. Earthing isn't a tick box or an optional extra. A single forgotten wire can create a lethal fault. Shortcuts have no place in electrical safety. The tingle test. Evening routine. That night, Jack's brushing his teeth in the donga when he turns on the tap and feels it. that light buzz. That tingle that tells you something's not right. Immediate response. He stops. Stares at the tap. Tests it. Yep, stray voltage again. Taking action. This time it's probably bonding or a backfeed through the water pipes. Either way, he logs a fault and tags the tap. Personal reflection. Jack's starting to realize something. It's not always the big jobs that kill you. Sometimes it's the little assumptions, the she'll be right moments. One day. 5 faults. Endless lessons. Open neutral. Poor bonding. Corroded earth stake. Wrong earthing system. Forgotten earth wire. None of these looked dangerous at first, he says. But every single one could have killed someone. He finishes with a warning. If something tingles, buzzes, or just seems off, stop. Test it. Report it. Because if the earth fails, the next path to ground might be you. Key takeaways. Appearances deceive. Just because something looks safe doesn't mean it is. Broken neutrals. Broken neutrals can energize whole buildings. Missing bonding. Missing bonding turns people into bridges. Corrosion danger. Rusted clamps equals no protection. System matching. Earthing systems must match the site type. No shortcuts. Shortcuts on earth connections can be fatal. Report tingles. Always report tingles. It could save a life.